Wow. How many of you have never seen us? Then I need to introduce everybody, right? Let me just take a few minutes and introduce who everybody is, okay? Starting on the end, it's Cristal, Dale, Duck, and me. Okay. That's everybody. We appreciate y'all coming. We didn't know what to expect, but we felt like this was, well, I don't know if I should say we, because I'm the one that kind of said, we ought to do something for 10 years. Good grief, I've never been in a group for 10 years. Now, you know, we're making a bit, I keep saying we, but it's me that's making a big deal out of all this, and so people would naturally think that we must be some full-time group that travels the entire country year-round. We don't even do enough to be even considered a part-time group. I looked back at some records, and I found out that over 10 years, we averaged 7 dates a year. Is that something?
That's better than I thought.
So we're...
That's more I thought.
So anyway, we're gonna. If y'all want to go down and have a seat for just a moment, we're gonna show this little funny slideshow just to get the funny stuff out of the way. This is something I put together that they have not seen yet, and that's why I'm sending them way over there, and I'm gonna stay way over here because they may not like some of these pictures, but this is 10 years of pictures, about 3 minutes long, and we'll get back to singing. Hope you enjoy it. Y'all will come back up here with me now, right? As quickly as I possibly can, let me tell you my version of how this all started. I really will. I'll try to make it fast, and I'll put a little bit of a personal touch to it, if you don't mind, because around the 2000 era, 2001 era, I was going through a pretty rough time myself. I was having anxiety issues, panic attacks. It wasn't a fun time for Eric. And I probably went a whole year and I didn't go play or sing anywhere. And I was really starting to get concerned. And I wasn't going because I was scared. I didn't know what was going to have to go in there and freeze up on them. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was really just scared. Now, there was times I'd sit there and think to myself, will I ever sing or play in front of anybody ever again? And that's where I was at this time. And so one day, I was coming home from work. Actually, me and Duck had been getting together, playing some music a little bit. Just we were. It's kind of funny because we were. I'd record a song, send it to him over email, and he would add something to it and send it back to my email. You know, that sounds like something people do that live on the other side of the world. He just lived a mile down the road from me. But anyway, so we'd got to playing around a little bit, just messing around, playing music. So I'm coming home from work one day, and Dale is going through one of his many remodelings of the funeral home, and Duck is there, and they're going to be doing some painting. And Duck sees my car go by, and so he calls me on my cell, says, "Hey, turn around, come back here. I want you to play the piano for Dale." And I just knew who Dale was. I'd never really officially met him or anything. I just knew of him. So I went in there and got behind the piano. Next thing you know, Dale's pulling out hymn books from every nook and cranny in that place. And we sang till 2 o'clock in the morning, I guess. Did y'all get a single thing painted? I don't think you did. But anyway, that's how it kind of started. And we started getting together, and it was around April of 2001. And then Duck decided that he really, really badly, and I mean badly, wanted to sing bass. So it kind of didn't make sense. There's two of us and one bass singer, so me and Dale got talking and said, we need a fourth singer. Who in the world can we get for a fourth singer? And we were just naming off every possible name we could think of, and I'm pretty sure I'm the one that mentioned Cristal, since I'm from Whitwell. Cristal's from Whitwell. Okay. And so Dale lit up. You know, he knew who Cristal was. You know, then I later found out that Dale pretty much knows everybody, so that wasn't no big shock. Dale had her up on the mountain that night. But anyway, that's how it started. And, you know, I don't think any of us really thought that it would, we were just getting together and we were having a good time singing gospel music. And
never thought I'd be married.
I'm sure Cristal never thought she'd sing Southern gospel music that much. And but anyway, it just kind of clicked, and we started singing here and there, and started getting invites. We never really invited ourselves. I invited ourselves to this tonight. This is probably the first time that we've actually invited ourselves to sing. But anyway, but we never got a name. Let me take that back. For a very short period of time, we were actually called ourselves Called Out. Called Out. We had a song called Called Out, and we decided that'd be our name. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was at Buford Jones getting some lumber. And Buford comes and says, "Hey, I saw y'all going to be on the riverboat in Chattanooga." I was like, I don't believe that's us. So then I found out that there's groups all over the country named Called Out. So we just dropped that and just said, forget it. We'll just go nameless. And everybody's tried to give us a name, but we haven't took any. And that's why we say the group. It's our unofficial whatever, As you saw on the sign, nobody ever knows what to put on the church sign. It's either Dale, Layne and Friends, Cristal and Friends, Eric and Friends. Duck never gets his name on the sign. And so anyway, I really believe God used this group to help me regain the confidence that I needed. Somebody finally asked us to sing. I honestly can't remember where the first place was. I know we sang here that year. I know the Group Church of God down the road invited us pretty early on, and I was pretty freaked out by that. And I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I think it helped that I had 3 people up here with me. Matter of fact, we had a drummer and a bass player too, so that helped too. Give me a little bit more, took a little load off my back, I guess you could say. But that was a huge step for me to get back into the things and feel comfortable again doing what I love to do. Anyway, y'all got a story y'all want to tell before we?
You're the storyteller.
Dale's a storyteller, but he will not talk.
I don't talk much.
He won't tell things in front of people.
Get you.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of stories, and some of them we wouldn't dare tell. But,
right. If I told this story, the only way I'd tell it is if Ralph was here, and he's here. So, because he'll be, Mama, you'll have to pick him up out of the floor when I get through with it. I'm not going to say where we was, but
I think I know what this is.
Yeah. I told them, I said, I'm telling it. So we've never kept love offerings. We started out giving them to people, somebody, if Dale knew somebody that needed some help that had a loved one die or something, we'd always make sure that they got it, or if the church refused it, we'd always try to put it back into something in the church fund. And I think this was the first benefit that we ever sang at, where they were trying to raise money for a specific thing. So we knew we wasn't going to get no love offering, which it didn't matter to us anyway. So anyway, we sung and did our thing, and we sat down. Well, they took up an offering. Well, I give a little, Dale give a little. I don't think Cristal and Eric give anything. Oh yeah.
No, I did.
So, Eric might have given something. But anyway, so we give the love offering and for what they were raising money for, and so we, after they got it all took up and counted, they come back out and they were going to announce how much money that they got, and so they come out and they said, we got $140, and I thought, okay, so we got ready to leave, and we were helping Eric, standing watching Eric load equipment because he never will let us. And Dale comes up to me and he said, how much money did you give in that offering? And I said, I give $20 or $30. I said, why? He said, well, I give 100. So Eric must have given the other 10, and so they invited us to come and give in their offering. So there wasn't nobody else in the church apparently giving.
That was a full house.
That was the story I meant.
They wasn't nowhere to sit in the house.
That was a story I meant that you probably wouldn't want to tell.
Well, it's been 10 years.
One more, and we'll stop all this craziness. But one more that I have, and some of you have heard this one from me before, but I'll never forget it because they remind me of it every time we rehearse. We were down in a little country church, and we were singing a song called Wish You Were Here. A lot of you probably know that song, kind of be a very emotional song. We were right smack in the middle of that song. There was no background accompaniment, just me playing the piano, and Dale was singing the verse. And all of a sudden, the piano I was playing at that time, the operating system on it froze. So then all of a sudden, I'm playing this. There's no sound whatsoever. He just keeps on singing for a moment, and then he says, wait a minute, the music stopped. And a gentleman sitting about right here where Brother Rick is said, let's keep singing. Sounds better without
it. We thought he was going to go into remission after that one.
I doubt he really meant for it to sound like he said it, but anyway.
I think he did.
We will never, ever forget that. But so anytime we have a mishap or mess up, they say really, Eric, it sounds better without the piano. I tell you what, there's no dull moment with Dale Layne. Or Duck either, for that matter. So listen to Cristal sing a beautiful song. I know a lot of people in this church like it. In the garden.